Hey everyone, this is Shouh. So we are here at South Granville in Vancouver. What are we doing? A sketchbook workshop. This is our second sketchbook workshop, a little different from the first one. The first one that we did was inside of the studio. This time we decided to spin it up, take things outside. We're setting up at the pods, what's considered the LV of these public plazas in Vancouver, South Granville. They are freaking wonderful. They are amazing. Look at the pods. This right here, man-made, Julian's gonna be the main dude teaching the workshop. We created these really awesome, let's check out these booklets. Urban Sketching, a Young Guns workshop. And the way that this booklet is set up, we give them some drawing tips. We're going to work through 3 assignments with the students. Assignment 1, it's called the material grid. Assignment 2, blind line drawings, contour drawings. Assignment 3, urban portraits. And then we also got bonus prompts, these takeaways, because the idea is not to do a sketchbook drawing once or twice or 3 times, use 3 pages of it and stop, but the idea is to give them something for them to take away so they can continue building the sketchbook routine, a daily habit. All right, so we just finished the workshop. This time around, we changed things up a little bit, right? The first time, we're working inside of the studio space. The second time, we thought, what if we're to take it outside? What if we're to draw in the urban environment? And what kind of changes can we see in the learners? So again, we only had 3 weeks to, two weeks to promote this event, so very stressful. Yeah. I was looking at the Shopify link the whole time, or the Shopify page the whole time, and I was like, no one was registering. And so it was quite nerve-wracking. Also, holding it outdoors it brings you a lot of stress, because this guy, he texted me 2 days ago, and he's like, Pete, we're effed, because it's gonna be raining hard. And I was driving, and I'm like, no, like, we were so screwed. But anyway, the weather held up, and the workshop went super well.
So with the challenge with the first workshop is, no matter how many times you say something, people are always going to want a point of reference to follow. And I think that's why I created the booklet. I wanted them to have a lead magnet to take away, as well as a thing to refer to, like some really great tips on drawing, and some bonus things that bonus assignments they could take away and do on their own time.
It doesn't matter if you're a 17-year-old or if you're a 70-year-old. That everyone has limited time in a day and limited capacity. Yeah. Right? So what we want to make sure is you have this awesome little sketchbook. By the way, if you're interested in picking up one of these, let us know. So you have one of these sketchbooks. You're teeming with excitement. You open it up. You're like, yeah, heck yeah, I'm ready to draw, baby. Wait, what do I draw? right? So that's the design philosophy of these prompts, is to give you a framework to allow you to get right to action. And the other aspect of that is we want to make sure that we're giving the students something so that after the workshops, they can take away this booklet, they can take home this booklet, and they can continue that process.
And they can also refer back to what they did during this workshop as well. I find that even myself, I'll come back to something and without writing it down, I'll forget about it. And I wanted them to revisit these things, or if they forgot about them, have a bit of a crutch to fall back on. We had 3 exercises that were geared towards urban sketching in some capacity or another. We had testing materials in assignment 1, and then we went on to blind contour drawing, which then funneled into assignment 3, which was a bit of both, which was applying what you did during this contour on yourself to something other than yourself, to an exterior subject. The third one was awesome. Like, just the laughs and the chatting and like everyone having fun and talking with each other. Because during this third assignment, I really encouraged people to study someone else and almost interview them while they were doing it. Like, ask them questions, see how their day was, things like that. And by the end of it, they would reveal their drawings to each other. And just like the laughs and the good vibes I think that came out of it was just like the best feeling in the entire world. For assignment 2, which was blind contour, people really struggled to let go. Like, they were constantly looking back on their drawings and comparing themselves to this higher standard they had in their brain, as well as someone else that may have created something better. They were like putting themselves down almost. Yeah. And I find that your capacity to draw well is only as good as your capacity to keep your mind open.
Yeah, and I observed that in the students, where those who could have a good laugh about their drawings and have that openness towards possibilities, they probably got the most out of this exercise. And you can see how for some learners, their fears of messing up probably prevented them from letting go. Yeah, and drawing has this wonderful superpower of, it's another way to converse, to communicate, and it doesn't have to be verbal. It could be a process that's very instinctive and visual. Like, through the drawings of one another, it gives you an opportunity to really study the person.
Yeah. I think the most intimate thing an artist can do is draw someone. And when both people are drawing each other, I think that's like a really good double whammy. Is like the level of intimacy you create by doing that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up this conversation by giving some more value to our learners. Can you give the learners some insight as to why a visual journal?
I just think it's a deeply personal space. Like, no one's gonna see this but you most of the time, and it's better than a photograph. We take photos all the time. We're always filming at events. We're not really in the moment, and most of the photos we have on our phones we don't even look back to anymore. And Sketchbook is so much different. Like, you look back to every drawing that you made and you realize this took time. I had to be there. I had to observe. It's like a memory. It's like a memory bank you're creating.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And by writing and drawing, it's almost better than writing on your computer. You remember this stuff way better. I find that even trying to capture something in public is way different from trying to draw it from home, because stuff's moving at 1,000,000 miles a minute. Yeah. And by actually being like, shoot, I have to draw this in 3 seconds because I don't have a lot of time, it really like centers yourself, like anchors you down, makes you realize that life's going by fast. If you don't take a time to appreciate it, you're gonna regret it.
Absolutely. There's this YouTube video that I watched. It's a 97-year-old philosopher talking about life. And the part that struck a chord and really put things into perspective for me. There's a part where he said it's the scene of him in his back porch and looking at the trees and plants in his garden. And he's like, when I was younger, I would never look at them the way that I do now. That everything is meaningful. A part of him regrets not doing so when he was younger. And I think utilizing our sketchbooks really allow us to do that, to be living with your senses like all open, right? Engaging with these things.
It knocks you down a peg too, because the feeling of inadequacy when you're trying to capture something makes you realize that thing is so much bigger than you.
All right, my friend, that was wonderful. Crazy, good experience, and very fulfilling, very, very fulfilling, life affirming. And we're going to do more of these workshops. If you guys have questions on anything, comments on things that you guys like to see on this YouTube channel, things that you guys would like to learn more about, please comment below. And we also have Discord. Join us on Discord, or feel free to reach out to us. Yeah, right, just via email. And we'd love to connect with y'all. And see ya later. Until next time.